I never thought a simple pair of faded jeans and boots could unravel my family like a loose thread on a ranch fence. But that's exactly what happened that crisp October afternoon in Montana. The Big Sky Ranch Club sprawled across 5,000 acres of prime western land, rolling hills dotted with cattle. A gleaming lodge that screamed old money mixed with frontier grit, and golf greens that looked like they'd been carved by God himself. It was the kind of place where oil barons and Hollywood escapees rubbed elbows, all under the guise of authentic Western luxury. I'd driven up from my modest cabin in Bozeman, the text from my sister Sierra buzzing in like a bad omen. Family lunch at the club. 1 o'clock sharp. No. Happy birthday. No warmth. Just Sierra being Sierra. Cold as a winter wind off the Rockies. As I pulled my beat-up Ford pickup into the valet lot, I caught my reflection in the rearview. Hair tied back.
No muck-up.
Jeans worn from actual work. Not designer distress. I was 28 that day, and this celebration felt more like a summons to the principal's office. Why did I show up? Hope, I guess. That stubborn flicker inside me that whispered, maybe today they'd see me. Really see me. Without the judgments. But deep down, a storm brewed in my chest, the kind of internal tornado that twisted my guts, reminding me of all the times I'd swallowed their barbs to keep the peace. Why fight when silence hurts less? Or so I'd told myself for years. Sierra stood at the grand timber entrance like she'd been born there, her sundress flowing like she was in a catalog for high-end ranch wear, diamonds glinting under the sun. Mom, Evelyn, flanked her in tailored slacks and a silk blouse, chatting with women who looked like they'd never mucked a stall in their lives. There you are, Sierra said, her smile all teeth but no heart. We've been waiting, though we hit like a slap already. I was the outsider. The late one. The problem.
Saw the
Traffic from town was a bear, I muttered, keeping my tone even. But inside, the doubt swirled. Why do I always apologize? Why let them set the rules? The town? Mom's nose wrinkled like I'd tracked in manure. Still in that little cabin of yours? It suits me fine. But the words felt hollow, echoing the ache I'd buried, the need for them to understand that my choices weren't failures. Just different paths. Sierra's friends eyed me up and down, their gazes sharp as barbed wire. I knew that look. It had fenced me in my whole life. Let's head in, Sierra chirped, leading us through the lodge's massive doors. My boots thudded on the polished wood floors, under vaulted ceilings with antler chandeliers and walls lined with paintings of cowboys who'd probably been as fake as the rustic vibe here. The Harlan Party, Sierra announced to the hostess, like she owned the place. We were seated at a table overlooking the pastures, horses grazing in the distance. Perfect view. Poisoned air. Mom dove right in, ignoring me as she scanned the menu. Sierra has big news. Do tell, I said, forcing enthusiasm.
inside.
Envy and love warred. Why couldn't I just be happy for her without the sting? Travis proposed,
Sierra beamed.
flashing a rock that could blind a coyote. That's great, I replied, meaning it. But the twist in my heart whispered, when will they celebrate me? Or am I forever the shadow? We're hosting the engagement bash here next month. Wedding too. This place is ideal, exclusive, refined. Sierra waved around, her eyes snagging on my outfit with disdain. We're lucky with our memberships, Mom added. Your dad's ranch deal sealed it, and Sierra's status with Travis keeps us golden. There was the implication that I added zilch to the family shine. Travis's folks had been members forever. His granddad helped found the club. Impressive, I said flatly. Unlike some, Mom shot, her words slicing deep. Why did it always cut? I'd armored myself. but the blade found gaps. You said casual lunch, I defended weakly. But inwardly, why defend? They never listen. Any event here demands respect, Mom sniffed. The waiter saved me. Taking orders, steak for them. Burger for me. Simple. Unassuming. Then the planning barrage. 60 guests. The elite crowd, Sierra gushed. Travis's partners. Our circle. Sounds swell. But my mind raced. Will they even want me there? The fear gnawed. A constant companion. We'll be choosy, Mom interjected. The club has standards. The arrow aimed true. About the party, Sierra hedged. Fake sorry. Keeping it intimate. You're not inviting me? The hurt bloomed, raw and ugly. Why does it still surprise me? It's for Travis's career, Sierra rushed. Need the right vibe. And I wreck it. Resentment boiled. But I tamped it down. Always the peacemaker.
Even as it tore me.
Don't dramatize, Mom said. You're not. Fitting in. The words echoed in my skull. Not enough. Never enough. Lunch dragged. Their chatter a blur as I poked my food. Inner voices screaming, tell them. But pride or fear held my tongue. As we ate, the storm inside me intensified. Lightning flashes of memory striking hard. Childhood Christmases where Sierra's gifts shone brighter. Dad's quiet nods my only solace before he passed. Why had I hidden my successes? To test them? Maybe. To see if love could exist without the gloss. But the test was failing me. The pain sharper with each bite. We're upgrading the menu, filet. Top shelf whiskey, Sierra prattled. Spare no expense for my future. I tuned out, staring at the condensation on my glass, tracing patterns like the cracks in our family. Why do I stay? The question looped, unanswered. Hope clung like burrs on a trail ride. Seating's key, Sierra continued. Travis's folks at head table. Uncle's at 2. My name? Absent. Where do I fit? Mom finally asked, her tone reluctant. Sierra's sympathy was Oscar-worthy. Actually, with space tight. You're serious. Betrayal surged, hot and bitter. My own blood, sidelining me like a lame horse. It's practical, Mom backed her. Can't risk impressions. Impressions? I echoed, voice steady but soul quaking. Inside, they see me as baggage. Discardable. Look at you, Sierra snapped. Volume rising. Boots. Jeans at this club? You work that tech gig in a cabin? Drive that old Ford. Travis's mom thought you were staff last rodeo. Did you correct her? The hurt deepened. A chasm opening. Eventually, Sierra admitted. But damage done. She thinks we're scraping by. Laughter bubbled. Absurd and pained. So, exclude me. Just this party, Sierra soothed.
Wedding? Sure.
Back row. How kind. Sarcasm masked the wound. But inwardly I bled. Am I that worthless? Don't sulk, Mom chided. Appearances count out here. Ranch deals. Connections. You can't mosey in like you don't give a damn.
Ido que ar. I protested quietly.
But do I? Or have I stopped? Numb from the hits? Then why live like this?
Sierra demanded.
Heads turned. Drama in the lodge. I like my life. Simple truth. But it rang hollow against their echoes. You could aim higher, Mom pressed. Travis's firm, prestigious, networked. I know their web. But revealing more? No. Not yet. The secret burned. A fire I banked. You're a complication, Mom sighed. That word, complication, ignited fury.
Me?
The one who'd shouldered burdens unseen? But I swallowed it. The habit ingrained. Dessert came. They indulged. I passed. Their party talk resumed. Me invisible. The ache grew. Why crave their approval? Yet I did. A child's longing twisted adult. Lunch ended. Mom paid with flair. My treat, for Sierra's glow. We headed out. Them chattering dresses. Me trailing. Isolation clawed. Always behind. Never beside.
Sierra paused. Oh.
There's Lila Weston must chat. She darted off, leaving Mom and me by the stone fireplace. Casey, Mom whispered, using my name like a weapon. We mean well. Protecting Sierra's match, old ranch money. Doors for us all. But I'm the wrong brand. Resignation warred with rage. Not forever, Mom coaxed. Fancy up. Snag a better job. A solid guy. I'm content. But was I? The doubt festered. Their voices in my head. You've settled, Mom pitted. You deserve more if you tried. Before retort, Sierra returned. Buzzing. Lila's coming. With her hubby, big oil exec. Travis'll love it. We neared the doors. But Sierra gripped my arm. Wait, you can't exit front like that. Folks might think you're not belonging. Sierra, I warned. Heart pounding. I belong. She laughed, cruel.
Cutting.
Membership here steep, $200K buy-in. $20,000 yearly. You scrape by in that cabin. Embarrassing, Mom agreed. Use the side door. Service exit? Humiliation burned.
No.
Don't scene, Sierra hissed. Crowd gathered, members. Staff. Whispers like wind through pines. I'm leaving front, I stated. You're trashy, Mom snapped. Then Sierra's fatal move, flagging security. Sir, remove this woman. She's shaming us. The guard, grizzled as a trail boss, hesitated.
Ma'am.
She don't fit, Sierra insisted. Not member stock.
Sierra.
Stop, I pleaded. But inside, this is it. The break I've dreaded. Needed.
Why?
You always drag us down, Sierra spat. Mom nodded. The lodge hushed. Phones out. Then ranch director Harlan Hayes appeared, silver-haired. Steady as Montana rock. Issue. Mister.
Ayes Sierra Gused.
Remove her. She's inappropriate. Harlan eyed me. Recognition dawning. Alarm flickered. Miss Harlan. That's me, Sierra preened.
Sierra Harlan.
And Mom Evelyn. Members. This sister's not, boot her. Harlan tensed. Remove your kin? Yes, Sierra pushed. She's riffraff. Clearly, Mom added. Harlan turned to me, questioning. I nodded subtly. Miss Harlan, he addressed, formal. Waited. Revoke their access? Silence fell like snow.
Sierra Blanc.
What? Revoke Evelyn and Sierra Harlan's guest privileges? Harlan clarified. We've been members ages, Sierra protested. Dad's legacy. Transferred post-passing, Harlan checked his tablet. To the air.
Impossible, Mom Paled.
Y paí duas. You use perks, Harlan corrected. Primaries covered costs 5 years, dues, meals, events. Who?
Sierra whispered.
Dawning horror. Harlan nodded to me. Casey Harlan's primary since 19. And more. More. Mom faint. Big Sky Ranch sold to Harlan Ventures LLC 3 years back. Casey's sole owner. The revelation hung heavy as a thunderhead over the plains. But inside me, emotions crashed like a flash flood, relief mixed with sorrow. Vindication tainted by loss. Why did it come to this? I'd hidden my truth not for revenge, but for proof of unconditional love.
Now.
Exposed. The pain amplified. Their shock wasn't joy for me, but fear for themselves.
Imposible. Cierra esta pared.
Casey's. A coder in a shack. Drives a junker. Miss Harlan keeps a low-key Bozeman base, Harlan explained, but owns ranches statewide, including this spread. The whole ranch, Mom whispered. Acres.
Lodge.
All. Purchased 21. $52 million, Harlan confirmed. Discreet. Per her privacy wish. I stood silent, watching their world shatter. The inner turmoil raged. Tell them everything, or let the wound speak. Casey, Sierra turned, voice tiny. True. Yes. But the word carried weights unsaid. The years of silence. The tests failed.
How?
Why hide? Mom demanded, hurt flashing. You never ask. Calm outside. Storm within. Assumed failure. Embarrassment. Evidence wouldn't sway you. But the cabin, job, truck.
Sierra Trad.
Like my cabin, cozy for focus. Job's my tech firm. Founded 6 years. Crunching data for oil tycoons. Truck's trusty. Flash ain't my style. 6 years.
Sierra echoed.
Successful. Silent. Tried sharing, I said. Ache deepening. Firm launch invite? You were busy. Ranch buys? You joked starter shack. Dad's bequest? Pity pass. Truth sank. Cold as creek water. Emotions swelled. Regret for lost chances. Anger at their blindness. Every do you griped. I continued. Voice steady, but heart fracturing. I paid. Meals, guests, galas I covered. 5 years.
Why?
Mom asked, genuine pain mirroring mine. Wanted real love, I admitted softly. The confession tore open old scars. Not for fitting your mold. Just me. Sierra teared up, makeup streaking like rain on dust. Casey. You called security, I reminded. Not cruel but raw. Uninvited me 'cause I didn't shine your image.
Mom.
Said Dad'd disappointed me. Didn't mean. Mom faltered. You did. Gentle interruption. But it stung us all. Saw me as lesser, settled. Lazy. Unfit for your West elite. Harlan waited.
Sympathetic.
Instructions. Miss Harlan. Power pulsed could strip their access, banish them from their pedestal. Revenge tempted, but pity won. They were family, flawed as me. Keep their privileges, I decided. But note, sponsored only. No say in policy. No boot authority. Noted, Harlan bowed. Updating now. Wait, Sierra pleaded.
Saudi.
We didn't know. Didn't care, I corrected. Sorrow surging. Only how I reflected on you. Party, you'll come?
Sierra begged.
Head table. I'll shout it. No shouts, I said. Came for family. Hoped bonds beyond status. But you conditioned it on my fit. Unfair, Mom protested. Voice breaking. My heart echoed the crack. Unfair to us all. Is it? I challenged. When do you ask my life sans critique? Show interest in my world without fix it? Treat me worthy. Not project. Silence answered. Heavy with unspoken regrets. Emotions choked me. Love persisting despite betrayal. Hope flickering faint. Ranch is yours, I added. Won't yank it. But done dimming for your egos. Done sorry for not matching unexamined standards. Thanks.
Harlan, I said.
Charge lunch to me. Casey, Sierra called as I turned. Party? Invite if you value me as sister, I replied. Not prop. I'll weigh. I strode out front, boots echoing finality. Whispers buzzed. Phones captured. By dawn, there circled no. My truck started. Phone buzzed, Harlan. Quarterly strong. Memberships up 18%. New trail rides drawing crowds. Solid work. Smile ghosted. I'd bought Big Sky not for profit, but self-gift, proof of my term success. Irony. Them using it blind. Phone rang, Sierra.
Mom.
Repeat. They'd plead weeks. I knew.
Mean it?
Maybe. See me anew? Possible. But lesson burned. Their love conditional on my gloss matching theirs. No more. Firm to helm. Lands to steward.
Life joy braging sans impresse.
Enough. Driving highways. Dad lingered, his will note, for Casey.
Extraordinary sans permission.
He'd foreseen. Armed me. Privileges stayed. I measured worth beyond revenge. But records showed truth. They'd tread my ground knowing dismissal's cost. Consequence fitting. Yet as miles blurred, empathy swelled. Perhaps this breaks cycles. We all judge hasty. Maybe forgiveness mends. Light lesson. Look deeper. Love truer. The drive back to Bozeman stretched like an endless prairie. But my mind was a whirlwind. Emotions crashing harder than before. Waves of grief for what we'd lost. Flickers of compassion for their blindness. And a burgeoning resolve to heal. Not harden. Why did exposure feel like loss? I'd won the reveal. But the victory tasted of ashes, reminding me that family wounds cut deepest because we let them. Stopping at a roadside pullout, I stared at the Rockies, their peaks indifferent to human drama. Tears came unbidden. Hot trails of regret, for hiding too long, for hoping too much, for the child in me still craving mom's pride. Sierra's camaraderie. Was I wrong to test them? The question haunted. Self-doubt a shadow lengthening with the sun. Phone vibrated relentlessly, voicemails piling like storm clouds. Sierra's first. Casey, please pick up. I'm so sorry. I was scared. Stupid. Call me. Moms, we need to talk. I never meant to hurt you. Love you. Their voices cracked, mirroring my fractures. Empathy tugged. They're hurting too. Flawed. Like me. But anger resisted. Too late? Or chance for mend. Back home. My cabin welcomed. Simple pine walls. Laptop glowing with firm data. Success surrounded. Yet loneliness echoed. Why isolate? The inner voice pressed. Fear of rejection. Proved true today.
But now.
Exposed. Perhaps freedom. Evening deepened. Emotions intensifying, sorrow evolving to tentative hope. I replayed the scene. Their faces crumbling. Realization dawning. Not just shock, but shame. Maybe growth seeds there. Sierra texted. Invite coming. Not for show, for you. Miss my sister. Heart softened, memories flooded, childhood trail rides. Shared secrets before status divided. Was reconciliation possible? The pull strengthened. Love's resilience astonishing. I drafted replies. Deleted. Vulnerability scared. Open again. Risk more pain? But isolation's cost weighed heavier. Light lesson emerged. Judgment blinds. Understanding binds. Next day. Invites arrived. Paper. Sincere notes. Sierra's. Come as you. You're enough. Moms. Proud always. See that now.
Émotion piqued, joy tentative.
Forgiveness budding. I accepted. but on terms, casual jeans. Real talk. Party night. Big sky glowed under stars. I arrived unadorned, heart pounding. Sierra hugged fierce. Thank you.
I'm idiot.
Mom teared. Forgive us? We talked deep, apologies raw. Stories shared. My successes detailed. Their insecurities confessed. Sierra. Feared losing status. Hurt you instead. Mom. Wanted best, defined wrong. Understanding dawned. Bonds reforming. Not perfect, but progress. Lesson light. Appearances deceive. Hearts reveal. As toasts rang, family felt real, flawed. Loving. Revenge faded. Humanity won. The drive felt eternal. Emotions amplifying with each mile, grief morphing to profound sadness. Then sparks of empathy igniting. I'd unveiled my power. But at what cost? Families shouldn't be battlegrounds. Yet ours was littered with misconceptions. Pulling over. Mountains loomed. Silent witnesses. Tears flowed freer now. Cathartic release. Regret for silences. For tests that backfired. For yearning their validation despite independence. Was my secrecy pride or protection? Doubt intensified. Self-reflection merciless. Voicemails played. Sierra sobs. Didn't see you. Blind.
So the
Moms tremble. Raised you strong. Forgot to celebrate it. Their pain resonated.
mirroring mine.
Compassion surged. We're all products of expectations. Western grit demanding perfection. Hiding vulnerabilities. Home's solace amplified isolation sting. Success is mocked. Wealth without warmth hollow. Why withhold? Fear. Yes, rejection's scar tissue thick. Night deepened. Feelings raw, sorrow to hopeful ache. Replay. Their collapse. Not triumph, but tragedy. Shame in their eyes.
Potential for change.
Texts came. Sierra's plea. Mom's remorse. Memories assaulted, youthful adventures. Before divides. Pull to reconnect overwhelming. Replies hesitated. Risk hard again? But growth demanded it. Lesson crystallized. Quick judgments fracture. Patient insight heals. Invites arrived. Handwritten vulnerability. Acceptance followed. Conditions clear. Party eve. Nerves electric. Arrival in jeans. Authentic. Embraces genuine. Tears shared. Conversations delved. Apologies profound. Insecurities bared. My journey explained. The firm from garage dreams. Ranches as self-proof. Their fears. Sierra's status anxiety. Mom's legacy pressure. Bonds mended tentatively. Laughter returning. Not erasure, but evolution. Humane end. Forgiveness over feud. Lesson gentle. See beyond surfaces. Embrace essences. Emotions crested. Relief.
Joy.
Unity's warmth. Family redeemed. Stronger for the break. Party lights twinkled like stars fallen to earth. But my inner world blazed with emotions at their zenith. Profound relief washing over lingering hurt. Joy blooming from forgiveness's soil. A depth of connection I'd scarcely dreamed possible. This wasn't victory. It was salvation. Family rediscovered through the rubble of misconceptions. Walking in. Jeans and boots defiant yet open. Hearts converged. Sierra's embrace crushed. Casey. You came. Means everything. Her tears wet my shoulder. Vulnerability rawer than any ranch wound. Mom pulled me close. My girl. So proud always was. Blind to show. Words poured. Cathartic as a spring thaw. Hid because I needed proof. I confessed. Voice trembling. Love without the trappings. Proof we failed, Sierra admitted. Eyes haunted. Chase status. Lost sight of you. Mom nodded. Regret etched deep. Western way, tough exterior. But inside, fears ruled. Thought pushing made you strong. Pushed away instead. Stories unfolded. Emotions peaking. My firm's birth in late nights. Data turning to deals funding ranches. Their side, Dad's death amplifying insecurities. Society demanding facade. Laughter mingled tears. Memories revived, trail mishaps, sibling pacts. Pain transmuted to understanding, bonds reforged stronger. Toast shifted, not just engagement, but family. Travis raised glass. To Casey, quiet force holding us up. Applause warmed. But true heat from within, acceptance unconditional. Night waned. Conversations lingered. Sierra, teach me your way, real over real. Mom, visit more, learn your world. Promises made. Genuine. Departure bittersweet. But hopeful. Driving home. Emotions crescendoed. Gratitude overwhelming. Lesson embedded. Judgment's poison. Empathy's antidote. Humane paths lead home. Days followed. Ties deepened. Calls curious. Visits judgment-free. Family evolved. Lesson light. Look inward. Love outward. Worth not in ownership, but openness. Lights danced. Emotions at apex. Ecstatic relief eclipsing residual pain. Profound joy from reconciliation's embrace. Connection's depth overwhelming. Entry in authenticity. Embraces fervent. Sierra's hug soul deep. You're here. My rock. Mom's clasp tender. Daughter. Light. Saw dimly before. Confessions flowed. River of release. Tested love. I shared. Quivering. Feared conditional. Was Sierra owned. Tormented. Status idol. Sibling sacrifice. Mom concurred. Anguish vivid. Frontier facade hid doubts. Pushed for best. Lost best you. Narratives wove. Peaks emotional, my ascent from code to conglomerates. Silent support. Their vulnerabilities. Loss amplifying pretense. Circles demanding perfection. Humor healed. Recollections radiant. Youthful escapades. Unbreakable before breaks. Tears to triumph. Toasts transformative. Travis honored. Casey's strength inspires. Cheers resonated. Inner fire fierce. Belonging beyond blood. Dialogues extended. Dawn nearing.
Sierra queried humbly.
Mom listened avidly.
Farewell fond.
Futures bright. Highway home. Crescendo complete. Gratitude galactic. Lesson luminous. Hasty views harm. Compassionate sight saves. Humanity over hubris. Family forever. Subsequent strengthening. Interactions intimate. Growth shared. Lesson endures. Depth over display. Love's true legacy.